All right, so here is another Eric Tries Too Hard mock draft. This time I'm in slot 11. I just. What's up? I just did one for round 4, or with pick 4, I should say. And there are a couple of happy baby screaming incidents. And I thought we had a conversation and that was going to stop. But you know how 3-month-olds are. Anyway, so I like pick 4 is my favorite pick. I definitely like picks 1 to 4 the best. However, there's definitely, there's a lot of leagues where you don't get to choose where your pick is. So this is more like, I'm going to do 1 for the first 4 picks, 1 for the middle picks, and 1 for the late round picks. But I'm pretty good at finding value in certain scenarios and just general draft strategy, so hopefully I can help a little with that. I just kind of want to show how the drafts shake up, whether you're in the beginning of the draft, you have an early pick, a mid pick, or a late pick, and hopefully that can do some help for everybody. I'm trying to take care of a baby. I know. The last draft, she just kept yelling. Like, not that much. I shouldn't say it to make people not actually want to pay attention to these drafts, but she did do a lot to the point where I was like, I don't know if I can use this. There's like probably at least 8 or 9 times where, for just a few seconds, but it I don't know, might annoy people. But then the draft went really, really well, and I think a lot of interesting scenarios came out of it, so fuck it. Okay, so just for anyone who's listening to the audio on iTunes or the website or wherever, I just want to let you know that just like with all the mock drafts, there's a video portion available on YouTube if you want to kind of watch the draft as it happens. Alright, so let's see what's happened so far. I got the 11th pick, so I kind of zoned out for the first couple. So Eddie Lacy went first, then Le'Veon Bell, then Jamal Charles. Pretty standard. I pick I pick Lacy or Charles first, followed by some combination of, followed by Adrian Peterson or Le'Veon Bell, followed by Marshawn Lynch, followed by probably a wide receiver, and then there's a string of running backs I'd take after that. So I am willing to bet that one of that string of running backs is what I'll end up taking. Potentially, that's 11th. Potentially Gronk. I don't know. I hate not Gronk. I hate every team. If I take Gronk in the first, I hate every team that I have with like a quarterback or a tight end. So I definitely like it when I can take quarterback or tight end much, much later. I think I mentioned this on the other podcast, but at some point I'm just going to do a draft where I don't take either until the last 2 rounds, or maybe the second or third and fourth to last rounds, and just see what that looks like, and compare it. And I'm not going to compare it. I'll compare it. Well, who am I kidding? As you can clearly see, I have all the time in the world on my hands that I have to, do 3 things at once if I want to get a friggin' mock draft up. All right. So Antonio Brown went 5th. You can see that happening. This isn't PPR, by the way. Every league I play in is pretty much PPR, but because the majority of people I've noticed who are doing these mocks who are at least taking them seriously, like no one's super into not PPR. Oh my god. Okay, so 3 people have timed out on this round, and somebody took Marshawn Lynch. So here's the thing. Yeah, obviously that's not going to be too much of an issue in the first round or second round if people time out. But what really pisses me off is when you get those mid rounds where it really is like, oh, it's kind of tough to see who's going to fall or who's going to be able to snipe, like value picks versus ADP. Oh, Jesus. Value picks versus ADP. And when people are on auto draft, which granted, maybe 3 people in your 12-team league may essentially be on auto draft, but it's just so obnoxious to be like. You're basically just seeing. You can look at an ADP list if everyone's on auto draft, and a 4th person just went on auto draft. Are you kidding me? This is very. Ugh. All right, so at the start of round 3, I'm going to decide if I'm just going to grab another mock draft or if I'm gonna. Oh my god, that pisses me off so bad. What I liked was doing the mock drafts with all the lunatics like me over at, was it fantasypros.com or, was it fantasypros.com? Or is it Fantasy Football Calculator? Whatever site was doing the majority of the mock drafts. Okay, enough of that. So while this is happening, let's get out of here. I know. Let's go find another draft. If I can find one starting soon. I know. I won't neglect you for fantasy football until at least 2 weeks into the season. How about that? Can we make that deal? And don't think you're going to get changed on Tuesdays. Or Sundays. Tuesdays, because, waiver wire. Alright. So I'll keep it on here, but I'm going to try to find a, Alright, well, so everything kind of went as normal in the first, 10 picks. So I like taking DeMarco Murray here. I'll take him late round. Des Bryant. Might I take Des Bryant? John Beckham Jr. Calvin Johnson. Man, I like a lot of these guys. I think I just went DeMarco Murray because he is the last of the potential Tier 1 running backs. I mean, I don't think it's a great pick, but I have the 11th pick, so you do what you can do. Alright, who's left for me? Okay, so now, I think I want Gronk here. So this is weird. Okay, hold on. I like Jeremy Hill. I'd take Odell Beckham Jr., I think. Okay, so wait. What's it going to look like in 24 picks? I can grab a running back I'll be happy with. And then I can grab either another running back. All right, Gronk it is. Can't believe I'm taking Gronk again. I never take Gronk, and in 2 drafts I've taken Gronk in the second. The previous draft, it was a much bigger deal because I had the 4th pick in the draft, and people made mistakes, clearly, and I was able to have Gronk slip to me in the second. But, yeah, so, all right, fine. I'll take Gronk. Well, maybe this will go faster with a couple people on auto draft. I mean, I don't like it because then it makes me feel like it's a waste of time, but I don't think it's that bad. All right. That's the other thing that I've noticed with these is that people tend to I don't know. They tend to, I do know, I'm just distracted. All right. People tend to, they time out and then they come back, is what I've experienced. So hopefully these people come back. All right, what do we got? So what's happened since I stopped paying attention? All right, standard run of wide receivers are going. Aaron Rodgers. I guess, is Luck already taken before that? Is Luck still on the board? Sometimes I pass over stuff with my eyes. Oh, Andrew Luck just got taken. That's where it was. Oh, Fantasy Football Calculator. That's where I do these mock drafts. All right, let's see some mock drafts. Mock draft lobby. We'll do a little twofer here. We'll try to grab the 11th spot on it there, too. All is pretty standard. Jeremy Hill went early in the 3rd. That's pretty good value. And where they went, I had mentioned before, I like the first 4 spots of the draft the best. Had I had pick, what would that be? Pick 1. So if I had picked 2, I'd have been able to get Jeremy Hill along with, I'd have like Jeremy Hill, T.Y. Hilton, and my choice of Lacey or Jamal Charles. That's a phenomenal first 3 picks. Let's see if there's any reasonable mock drafts here, specifically PPR Flex. Okay, so we've taken a lot of the guys I wanted in this round, which is why I was willing to take Gronk. I like Brandon Cooks. Of course, Jimmy Graham's there and they're taunting me. I like Jonathan Stewart. I like Brandon Cooks, though, and Jordan Matthews. So I'll have a pick pretty soon. So I think I'll take Brandon Cooks. I think he's the most likely to get taken by the other by whoever has the 12th pick in one of those next 2 picks. Now, if they take Jonathan Stewart and Jordan Matthews, then I feel like kind of an idiot for taking Gronkowski over Odell Beckham Jr. But if they don't, then I feel great about it because it's as if I just got to sneak Gronk. Because I think Brandon Cooks has wide receiver 1 potential. DeMarco Murray has top 5 potential. If we'll see, I know all the things. I took the best thing that I could in the meantime. And then Gronk, provided he stays healthy and continues the level of production that he has, then great. And I wonder if we've gotten the ruling about Brady's suspension appeal. That actually could be a factor. Although, I mean, who knows, maybe with Garoppolo they might just rely on Gronk that much more. So Stewart and Matthews are still available. Same with Peyton Manning. I don't like to take the duders early quarterbacks. Those duders. So we got Frank Gore, Jonathan Stewart, Jordan Matthews. Obviously none of them are coming back. Duh. I might want to take Frank Gore here. Jordan Matthews, I like that. Man, that's rough. Jonathan Stewart, oh, man. I like Frank Gore. I think he's playing for a Super Bowl too. He's consistent. He stays. He defies his age at every turn, and he's just such a solid running back too. In the fantastic offense that has to. He's like, people talk about how you have to, like, a running back on a Peyton Manning offense has a huge advantage. So does a running back in a Andrew Luck offense. And people are predicting Andrew Luck as the number 1 while Peyton is falling down the ladder. All right, you know what? I think this is actually worth it. There's how many? 1, 2. So there's a decent chunk of auto drafters, but whatever. For the purposes of this, we're seeing it. You know what? I could have just not mentioned the auto drafters and we would have seen if anybody even really noticed. The audio people wouldn't notice. I bet the audio people are noticing my cat in the background. So the baby goes to sleep, and then the cat decides to start meowing. So this is just professionalism at its finest. She's an all-black cat, and I think she's mad that I did not take Jonathan Stewart last round. Like, take the Panthers. Panthers. Oh my god. She's like, well, why are you talking to me if you don't want me to talk back? All right, let's see who got taken since I stopped paying attention. Andre Johnson, like him, love him. Jonathan Stewart and Jordan Matthews are, of course, gone. Julian Edelman, it's not PPR. I love him in PPR. I also love, just to talk on Julian Edelman a little bit. I love the fact that he has the oops, I got a touchdown factor for him between his returns and quarterback experience, I guess. They just put him as quarterback while Tom Brady's out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look up the ruling on the Tom Brady appeal. I know at some point in the last few days that was done. I've been so like, for those of you who listen to my podcast regularly, and not just for the fantasy stuff, you know that I play music, I do a couple other things, but with the music, my band just played Warped Tour, and so I've been a little busy the last few days, and I have not been checking up with as much fantasy stuff. I should clarify, what day is it? It's the 21st, I want to say, of July. Let's look at that phone. No, the 20th of July. So things may have happened since then that make some of my picks look ridiculous, but that's kind of why I'm just talking about general draft strategy and talking all this out with you. All right, so let's look. Let's see what happened with that. Tom Brady suspension appeal. I love that I can type in essentially gibberish into my Google search, and it tells me exactly what I was looking for. Alright. Oh no, this is just... we're still in the... What might the NFL be considering as Tom Brady waits for Deflategate appeal ruling? So... What we'll learn about top NFL decision makers with Tom Brady appeal ruling. What happens if Tom Brady doesn't win his Deflategate appeal? Yeah, so... That's, yeah, that we'll see. Don't know yet. Alright, so this is rounds 5 and 6. Like round 5, I like the earlier rounds because then you end up getting, or like an early draft pick, because then you end up getting, like someone like Latavius Murray you can grab, or Todd Gurley, but I feel like everyone else in that round, everyone else in that round I'm kind of like whatever on. Alright, so for me, round 5 is going to suck. So I guess... Amari Cooper? I could take Amari Cooper. Or CJ Spiller. It's not PPR, though. I think Amari Cooper can consistently be a flex with potential wide receiver 2. I hate picking at the end. And then Joseph Randle. Oh, man. Alright, let's take Amari Cooper and let's roll the dice and see what happens with these next 2 picks. Alright, so just obviously it was someone on auto drafts. They just took the next 2 on the thing. So potentially Joseph Randle could have been taken there. Same with Greg Olsen, same with Kevin White, or Travis Kelce still on the board. So round 6, I think I could take Joseph Randle. I don't. So right here, what I'm looking at, what I like, is I like Landry, Kelce, potentially Big Ben. Vincent Jackson's right up there. Shit, hold on. I know. It's like when Sonic's drowning and you start freaking out. I think Joseph Randle's the way to go. Yeah, Joseph Randle. Fingers crossed. It's before preseason. I'm doing this under the assumption he's going to be the starter. I'm not super... I guess I'd take Darren McFadden. No, I feel like if it's not Joseph Randle, it's going to be question mark. I don't think it's going to be Darren McFadden. Like, I'm very confident in that. I mean, it could bite me in the ass, but I'm very confident. I probably wouldn't even take him unless I could get him like 4 rounds later. I really, the thought of playing Joseph Randle, I had to start. Get a couple good weeks out of him. That's the other thing, is towards the end of each draft, especially at the running back position, I think only at the running back position probably, there are a number of players who, they're almost like, the only term I can think to use for them is guaranteed sleepers, in that they're players who will most likely have the starting role, but they're just injured right now. The big ones being like, well, they're not sleepers, excuse me. I don't know exactly how to phrase it. I don't know, you got like if I can grab Abdullah, who's probably already off the board. If I can grab Abdullah and then just kind of wait it out, you should be pretty good. Or you could, there's a couple like later round picks like Trey Mason, who just got taken, or D'Angelo Williams, who's still going a little later. Trey Mason's kind of jumped up recently when people realize he's going to be a running back, like a starting running back for the first couple of weeks. I don't know. There's a couple of really good, I guess low risk late round picks that you can take. All right, let's see what I want now. I hate these last 4 picks, but I have Gronkowski, so once I get down to him, I'm like, yeah, that's actually a pretty good draft. But who knows? Because it's just based on my picks, and my picks are obviously, you don't know that, but my picks aren't my strong suit. My strong suit is being able to figure out what the best value is for the draft pick. And obviously, because people are, granted, in a lot of mock drafts, after about 8 rounds, or at least the first, 7, once they've picked their starting lineup, they just kind of go on, auto draft anyway. But having all these auto draft things, the thing where it's kind of like, you don't have, basically, better players are getting taken. Every once in a while you get value because an auto draft just picked somebody at the top of the thing or grabbed a position that they needed when it might have been smarter to wait on quarterback. But at the same time, the biggest issue with the people auto drafting in mock drafts is that you don't get as many snipers. and which by snipers I mean the people who are going to take those sleeper picks or those late round flyers that they're just lower on the ADP, and so they may not get taken. Yeah, they just may not get taken. So it's like it looks your last 3 rounds. It looks like you have free picks of. It looks like you're the genius who studied up and nobody else paid attention. All right, I like Jarvis Landry a lot, and I like Abdullah a lot. I'll probably be able to grab Abdullah after Landry. Well, I will because I know what the next 2 picks are going to be, which is stupid. I can't grab Aguilar. That's a possibility. I think I like Abdul a little bit more. So when I'm looking at my team, yeah, and we'll see if any of those people come back to me. Because I'm looking at my team like I would normally. Yeah, depending on my needs, I would either choose between, in that last one, Abdullah or maybe D'Angelo Williams, just depending on what I needed more early. Probably Nelson Aguilar, though. I don't know. I guess, is it time to grab a quarterback? I could have grabbed Cam Newton. Watch that go by. It's like, all right, whatever. But Tony Romo's still there. Tom Brady, but he may not be there if the suspension go through. I've said this before. I'll take Tannehill or Eli Manning as starting quarterbacks, and just stream or whatever. If they're both available in the super late rounds, like if everyone's very much like, yeah, I'm not taking a second quarterback. I absolutely will grab both if I can grab them both for cheap because I feel like one of them is going to have an amazing year, and just to have them when they start to go off, is going to be really good. I think. Jesus. Now, so there somebody's okay. No, that makes me feel good because somebody grabbed Tony Romo before I could. Because if I could have just taken Tony Romo there, then it'd been nothing. Like sweet. Obviously, I'm just cheating because no one's bothering that. Man. I feel like I take Tom Brady here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 in the 9th round. If that person doesn't, like, if they take him, I'll take D'Angelo Williams or. No, what's my running back situation looking like? Geez, they probably, obviously they had what's. Alright, they took it out for blue, so obviously they had Arian Foster, I would guess. Alright, so Tom Brady it is. Okay, so here's the thing. If Tom Brady has a 4-game suspension, I'm actually not too bummed about taking him. If you can get him this late, I don't know why I was able to get him this late, maybe because all these people are on friggin' auto draft. God, that's annoying. Let's pretend I didn't have Tom Brady. Let's pretend I took D'Angelo Williams, because now I feel like it invalidates what I'm trying to do here. But if you're able to take him, I think it's great, because then you can usually stream other quarterbacks until then. There's plenty to stream from. All right, I messed up. I wasn't paying attention as much as I should have. Jay. I'm taking Victor Cruz. I don't care. I definitely want. Well, at least now we're in the rounds where like most people are on auto draft anyway. And this is the best you can really do. Sorry, by the way, I went into Fantasy Football Calculator and it was like nearest draft with 12 people is in 22 minutes. It's like, all right, well that's not something that I'm gonna do. Yeah, I hate that these 12s aren't nearly as many 12-man ones. I don't want to do a 10-round one, or 10 round. I don't want to do a 10-team draft. Okay. Let's see where we're at right now. And because it's on auto, people are taking defenses and whatnot. But yeah, here's the point where you got 4 bench spots left. Don't take these till the end. And take a kicker first. Stream your defenses, people. Let me ruin my own chances in my league if everyone starts doing that. So Jay. Yeah, I've heard the name a million times, but I think maybe nice little flyer. Like here's where normally I'd probably take a another quarterback because look, I think Tannehill's still available. Yeah, I'll take him just in case. Why's it gotta be Ravens? Because you know I'm from Baltimore? Cheating ass ESPN. I guess here is a place where I'm looking around. And I really just want Marvin Jones. It's the only, like... I mean, it's my favorite of the later round, just grabs. So I think Tannehill's decent. I think I'd take Eli Manning as play him for a while. I usually do not take two quarterbacks, but obviously Tom Brady is an exception for that. All right, what are we looking at? Maybe Dorial Green Beckham if he comes back to me. I plan to stream my defenses and possibly stream kickers, but I don't know. I have the 11th round pick, and if I'm taking so I have a great pick in round 16. I can get, well, no, I'll take a kicker around early and get a good kicker, and then just, that is kind of a bummer. That's another benefit if you're choosing to go kicker second to last round, defense the last round, and just stream your defenses, is that unless people are taking kickers crazy early for whatever stupid reason, you end up with, if you're in an early pick, then your second to last round pick, you should have an advantage, and you can grab one of the first, like, kickers off the board and get an actual good kicker. It's maybe like 5 or 6 that you'd want to just have, and then beyond there it's, you know, whatever. Maybe there's even more than 6, but you grab one of those, because by that point, the last 2 rounds, any defenses that are worth reaching for will be gone. I did not take Jonathan Stewart. No, I'm eyeing up Cameron Artis-Payne. Like, wait, I feel like I need to grab him for some reason? No, I was thinking about getting Jonathan Stewart. Tick, 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 tick. Sorry. How many bench spots do I have left? 2? Oh, these 2. Okay. Yeah, I don't want... What do I got? I got 4 receivers, 5 running backs. If I grab Cameron Artis-Payne, then I have a nice potential guy. He'll be... Damn it. Yep. Terrence Williams is someone who's going to score well, but I'm not going to... Not enough for me to play him. Green Beckham Jr. is a true... what's it called? Greg Jr. is a true lottery ticket, I think. If I'm going to take that, a lottery ticket, I'd rather take something with some... Wait, so dare I take Marvin Jones? Here I am in like, oh yeah, nobody's going to snipe anybody, so it'll be easy pickings. It's like, no. Wait. Hold on. This is going to be embarrassing if I can't find him. Marvin Jones. All right. So I guess, so let's look at the team. And I don't like it nearly as much as my team with the 4 pick, so for what that's worth. And I think I had an easier time in this draft because there were more people on auto draft. So what kickers are left if I... Mason Crosby it is. Unless, where's my dude? I did pretty well with, who's the Eagles kicker? Cody Parkey? These defenses are gross. But it does not matter. I don't know the week 1 matchups off the top of my head. I should, but I don't. All right, sweet. Just recapping, got ride Eli Manning, who's someone I'm fine riding for the year, honestly, until Tom Brady comes in. That's great. DeMarco Murray, potential top 5. But if not, shit happens. But still pretty decent. Good offensive line. Yeah, he got ran to the ground last year. We'll see, but still, good ceiling, best available at the position for the pick when I had it. Frank Gore, happy to have Frank Gore as a number 2. I had a lot of options for that round. For having an 11th round pick, I had a weird amount of options. That's kind of crazy. Brandon Cooks definitely has what you want to call it, tier 1 or whatever, wide receiver 1 potential. So I like having that ceiling. And hopefully high floor. He did great before he got injured. And because I have Gronkowski, that's normally where I'd have if I were drafting a running back first, or not even drafting a running back first, if I were just had the 11th pick, that round 2 is where I would expect to have a really good wide receiver, but I took Gronk because if he fell to me, and it was him or ODB, and I pretty bet even, but I chose him just because that's who I chose. Amari Cooper, very happy to have him as number 2. This draft looked, probably because I took Gronk, looks eerily similar to the one where I did, I had the round 4 pick, but the difference is, in that draft, I had much better chances I had Adrian Peterson instead of DeMarco Murray. I'm blanking on who I had instead of Frank Gore. I think Lamar Miller, still pretty close. I did not get Cooks, though. That's true. Cooper or Gronk. Did I get Cooks? I don't know. I shouldn't even, as I was saying it, I was like, I don't even need to bring this up. Joseph Randall, I'm not thrilled about that, but instead, for my flex, so instead of Joseph Randall, I can plug in Jarvis Landry. Later on down the year, if it works out, Amir Abdullah. Victor Cruz is a lottery ticket. JJ, if Lamar Miller gets injured. Oh, that's a lot of stuff that has to happen for that to work. I got Eli Manning to hold for Tom Brady. Cameron Artis-Payne, that's another, we'll see if somebody gets injured. And my lottery ticket of Marvin Jones. So if I'm comparing this to the draft where I had the 4 spot, as far as my earlier picks, and granted the 4 spot I should not have been able to get Gronkowski in the 2nd round. And that's with, I think, 0 people on auto draft, which if people weren't on auto draft for that one, then Gronk would have definitely been taken anyway. So, but anyway, but comparatively, I think as far as the first 6 picks or whatever, the team that picked 4th was slightly better, or moderately better. I think had probably better on 2 picks, worse on 1, the same on the rest. Slightly ahead of this team, and Tom Brady should have been taken long before I was able to get to Tom Brady. But whatever, I'm not complaining. This one I'm happier with the pick 11. I'm happier with the quarterback situation. But a big thing, and this is what I always say, you're playing to win the year, not playing to win week 1. You have Tom Brady, or what am I saying? The bench for my team that had the 4th pick, I think is substantially better than the bench that I have for the team with 11th pick. And I feel very much like that fourth pick in the draft team over the long haul, even though they look kind of the same on a starting lineup on paper, over the long haul, I think that team has much, much, much better potential. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Eric Tries Too Hard, and I'll be posting these soon to I don't know, to have some out to set up for our weekly fantasy football podcast when this season starts. It'll be myself, and Dan Shiraki. It'll be we'll be talking about just picks for the week, some Q&A, a little bit of PPR stuff because we mostly play in PPR leagues, and the big thing that separates our podcast from a lot of the other podcasts is that we'll be doing a whole segment dedicated to I'm big into the gameplay strategy aspect of almost call it Final Fantasy football, fantasy football, and And so I'll pick a topic and we'll kind of discuss general strategy for fantasy football. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.